I guess this is going to be the order then, just how
I
it
guess.
was. What's up, guys?
Not much, man. Work.
So do we want to talk about what we're doing here?
I guess.
Why not? Gotta
Get a drink, yeah. Pass that stuff
Of
over
course.
here.
get the liquid and
Poor pass.
Poor pass.
2 shots of vodka. Fucking.
Ah,
Thank you, sir.
Man, all right. Let me start off by like, dude, do you know the shit I went through to try and get this like set up?
I bet. I mean,
You get the cap over there. I'm just gonna sip on the jack.
I can't
like
say
you
shit.
had a
I
rough-
can't say.
Well, I wasn't going to, but then I realized how much I was pouring while I was talking. And I'm like, oh, I'm past the
the next
Only
limit.
drink.
yeah, I'm
I
past
think
the
the only
Dr.
time I
Jack.
drink
Yes.
straight Jack is whenever I'm like really fucked up.
So originally, like I was telling you guys,
Mhm.
I was gonna set it up in the kitchen, right? I was like, oh, it'd be kind of visually stimulating, just something in the background, you know.
Can see the cars in the background.
Get the table set up and all that. Well, then Josie was like, well, you know, what am I supposed to do? What do you mean? She was like, well, don't you have to have it quiet? Yeah. Well, I don't want to have to be that quiet the whole time and then interrupt you. All right, well, let me relocate downstairs. So I pulled everything down here and I'm setting it up, trying to figure out how we're going to do it down here. And I'm like, this room is so echoey. It is incredibly echoey. I don't know how much is being picked up right now.
Probably a lot. Not a lot.
Yeah.
But
So what I did is right behind you, Sean, I set up these blankets, like a wall of blankets. Basically, I made a little cubicle in our dining room. Yeah, a little fort down here to try and help cut out the sound or you know, the echo and what's happening on the other side of the house.
we can get out of our pillows and build ourselves a little fort.
We might have to. It's what I'm feeling right now. I'm like, this is taking me back, man. Let's get some more blankets. Let's get some Christmas lights going on.
We have to get the jalapeno Christmas lights.
The jalapeno Christmas.
The cheesiest
bags.
Bean bags. Dude, alright, if we're going that route, then lava lamp?
Lava lamp.
Ooh, lava lamp.
Tesla coil thing? You know,
Tesla.
Yeah.
The little Tesla globe, yeah.
It'll be looking like Beekman's World.
But yeah.
So Sean,
Mhm.
I guess before we start talking about who we are, what are we doing? What is this?
So this is our little podcast. I got the idea of doing this because the whole whenever I got married, we were talking about some crazy things and
In the car.
In the
car
car.
ride, yeah.
But it also reminded me of I forget what the scenario was. We went to the video game museum.
Mhm.
And then you're telling us about the video about the flaming buttholes. And that we were discussing about that for an hour.
Yeah.
Pastors, religion, the gays, and flaming buttholes.
I like how you just list these things out. Like it makes sense for someone who's never heard of this thing. Like, do you know this video we're talking about?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so we'll probably end up talking about this later again, I'm sure. But we saw this YouTube video, or I had seen this YouTube video, and it was like this pastor from like Atlanta or something.
I know what
And
this
he's
is.
super hardcore gay bashing, and he's talking about how if you're a sodomite, then God's gonna put a eternal flame in your butthole. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've seen that.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh my
well,
God.
so I was telling these guys about that video. It was a whole car full of us. I forget who all
It
was
was
with
like
us
4 or
that day.
5. It was
It
you,
was-
David. Was it Johnny?
Johnny was there. Yeah, there was the
There's
4 of us.
I know there's 4. I think there was a 5th one.
Yeah, I think there was someone else there, but I don't remember.
So on my wedding day, it was you, me, and Johnny in the car ride,
Mhm.
and we were just talking about. I was listening to this morning. We were talking about murder, and then about the word of murder,
Just casually.
Just casually.
Murder.
But we were talking about the difference between killing and murdering, and how you like the phrase murder worse than killing, because we're saying, oh, killing's more like kind of an accident. Oh, I'm sorry type
Right,
situation.
right, but
murder is like I meant.
Yeah, because I remember I was saying it was something along the lines of that just because you killed an animal, like you still murdered it. It was something along the lines of that, right? Like you did it with intent, whether you wanted to eat it or whatever. But you killed it on purpose. So isn't that murder?
It's still murder.
Yeah.
And then we got on the topic about abortions, and then someone called me. It had been Shelby. That day.
It was a day. It was a day.
It was a day. And I was recording, and at the end of the recording, I was pretty much saying a farewell saying for the podcast. We're like, oh, we got to do this podcast now. Because just the way that we talk and the scientific way of we think and the scientifically way
That's
we
a
think.
strong word for how uneducated we are.
But we kind of go that way sometimes.
Yeah,
but we also think logically, and then we go this other like combined route. It's like, what the fuck route? Why would we even think of that? So I think with how our minds are and how we like to talk and communicate with each other, I think it'd be a good show for.
Whether it's a good show or not, I think it's just fun for us to just have a reason to just hang out and just talk random shit without our wives going, that's some random shit.
I get that look and the tone a few times a week. So.
Oh, only a few times?
Only a few times. I'm a very quiet person at home. But whenever I'm around my friends and especially guy friends, especially y'all, I act a little differently. So,
well, yeah, we kind of we feed off each other's like energy. We want to get kind of hippie with it.
Yeah.
So I know we all right. So obviously, all right. We've kind of gotten off on a tangent here. So we decided to do this podcast just to see what happens. We got Kenny with us. Kenny's sitting in today. So this is more or less just like trying to get a feel for what's gonna happen, what this is gonna be,
how it's gonna be. Hopefully, so far I'm liking it.
Yeah. So originally we tossed around the idea of calling ourselves the Three Married Men. Right?
It's like a pun within a pun,
right? Because we're happy, but we're also married. Which would work, but Kenny's not married. And I think Jonny, who was originally supposed to sit in with us,
going to be
right. He's been married for 2 years now. 3 years. 3 years. Yeah, he got married first.
Yeah.
Which all of us were there,
of course. And then it was you.
And then I got married at the end of 2017.
And then I got married in 2018. So yeah, he's been married for 2 years.
And me and Josie have been married for just over a year.
Yeah.
And you guys are the freshest. It's only been like 4 months or something.
Since September. So yeah, 4 or 5 months. And it was so funny. Shelby was over, and my wife's sister, and we were Ashley was discussing, hey, when is our anniversary? I'm like, well, the day that we met, the day that we got married is September 22nd. But she's like, no, when's our anniversary? I'm like, we haven't had a 1 year anniversary to actually say when is our anniversary.
Right.
When
we just got married.
Yeah, we just got married. There's no, it hasn't happened.
There is no anniversary yet.
Yeah.
We have a wedding date.
Yeah, we have a wedding date.
But we have never had an anniversary of that date. I'm with you.
Yeah. And she was like, no, when is our anniversary? And she was Snapchatting, and all of her friends, all of her lady friends were like agreeing with her. It's like, he's crazy. Why is he? He doesn't know your day. I'm like, our wedding day was September 22nd. If that's what you're asking for, yes, I know the freaking date. But we haven't had an actual anniversary to say when is our anniversary. I'm
right.
We're, as I was talking about, Jonny has one. Freaking awesome with someone like Dragon Ball Z fans.
Did the fusion dance.
Oh my god. That would be so awesome.
We decided to do this podcast.
Yeah.
Which we've been trying to put together for a while
A
now.
little while. We've
A
been
little-
talking about it.
Well, okay, yeah, I guess that's more fair to say. We've been
Yeah.
talking about it for a few weeks now.
Mhm.
Seriously talking about it for a few weeks now.
Discussed it just a little bit more. It's like, all right, let's
Pitch some ideas,
let's do this thing, and then
Yes.
past couple weeks we've been
Let's do it. Yeah,
Let's
let's
do
do
it.
it. So we decided to do it. So kind of the concept that we've been throwing around was, okay, what are we going to talk about? Well, we don't know. We'll just talk about whatever. We'll just talk about what's going on in our lives, what's on our mind. So we thought, okay, what if we kind of throw out some of these games that we've played before? Because I know specifically we played In a Pickle one time.
the first time.
The first time. And the girls got so mad at us.
Because each turn took like 5-10 minutes.
Because it was like, okay, with this game, one turn should only last like 30 seconds. It's basically, which of these two things is this thing? This one. Next round. Okay? But no, we started arguing we would go off on these tangents about whatever the card said as to why our answer was wrong or right. And so we thought, okay, well, if we throw these games out on the table, then if we ever run into a dry spot, well, then, man, we'll just bust open one of these games, play around, keep talking.
Yeah.
You know?
Because that'll spark our other interest of like, hey, oh, well, we thought that, this happened, but why did that happen? Or,
Yeah, I think...
What was their argument?
yeah, why? Let's discuss. So, is your mind? One of the words I remember is a black hole bigger than your mind or an imagination or something like that. We got on a topic about that.
Ooh. What happened to the camera?
I really hope that's going. We'll keep on going around with this.
We'll just start it back up again and
Keep on
keeping
on.
I guess this is the
Keep
whole
on
reason why
keeping
we're doing this
Test.
Yeah.
doing this episode, just to see what happens. So there's going to be a weird cut there.
This is our pilot, basically.
But now we're going to have to,
pilot.
Free
Yeah.
pilot.
but now we're going to have to keep cutting weird eyes up to the camera.
Yeah.
Is it recording? Is it recording? Is it recording?
I can't see it out the corner of my eye, so.
Well, at least all that awkwardness got cut out then.
Right?
Anyways.
This guy right here, Sean, by the way.
Yeah, we got Sean over here. He's one of the Merry Men.
Yeah. Recently married.
He's the newest addition to the Merry Men.
And it doesn't feel any different. It feels like we've been married for 5-10 years now.
I think that's probably one of the things that I'm learning is that you don't feel any different. For me, what marriage is kind of starting to be, it's an ongoing growing process.
Mm-hmm.
You don't feel any different day to day. It's one of those things. You don't feel any different day to day. But when you look back a year ago, you're like, oh man, things were different. It does feel way different now. We've grown a lot. We've changed a lot. We've done a lot. So I think it's one of those things. You don't notice yourself getting older in the mirror, but if you quit looking in the mirror for 5 years and look at yourself, or someone who wakes up in a coma, like that's got to be the biggest bummer.
Yeah.
You wake up after like a 10-year coma, and you're like, oh shit.
It's like,
What
nurse,
the fuck is this?
give me a mirror now. Why is my voice like this?
I was 18 yesterday.
Like, what the fuck is this?
Like, your hair starts graying and shit's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, graying already.
It's
I
not
know you
past year, so
you've
it's-
got that nice little gray just like highlight going on.
Yeah, it's got sprinkles in there.
Jonny, man, he's
Yeah.
peppered.
I
Johnny
know,
is
he's
peppered.
Yeah. It's like, whenever you go to Subway and you ask for salt and pepper, they have that one specific...
With the both in
yeah,
there?
with both in, that's
That's
Johnny.
If you're listening to this, Johnny, we love you.
Johnny's a Subway sandwich with salt and pepper.
Pepper. That's the best way to describe the nicest way, probably. He is though. I started noticing that, like when seeing him more and more, it's like, dude, it's like I didn't say nothing, but it's like it's kind of like noticeable. Like it's kind of
Yeah.
hard not to notice.
He got grayer once he had the kid too.
Yeah.
He
See.
still always be Johnny Ivy to us.
Johnny
Yeah,
Ivy.
Johnny Ivy.
That's a fun story.
Oh yeah.
That's a fun story. Let's talk about that and how
President.
miserable you guys were. So
Well, he won.
he was the worst, man. Okay, so we've already said Jonny was the first one to get married, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the first time for his bachelor party, I took him paintballing.
Yeah.
And so we had all the guys together. We went paintballing, right? We all remember that day,
Of course.
which was a blast. But at the time, Jonny was working for the City of Doubts. Excuse me. And he was doing, I forget exactly. Oh, he was surveying.
Surveying.
He was surveying. And one of the places that he had to go to, he ended up getting poison ivy because he was like trudging through the marshes. So he gets poison ivy right before his bachelor party, which is also right before the wedding. And this was also in the middle of summer. It was hot. It was hot. So Jonny gets all this poison ivy all over his arms, and we still go paintballing. And it must have been like 110 degrees that day. It was
close to that. Yeah.
It was 100
in the
plus. Yeah, it was brutal. And so I still laugh because he knows he has poison ivy, but when you showed up. He walks over there and you're like, "Oh, what's up, man?" You guys high five or something, or give each other a hug or something. It was
like that.
It was some sort of contact, right? And he's like, "Oh, by the way,
I have poison
ivy. I have poison ivy."
Oh my gosh! Shit.
I remember that.
I am allergic to.
So we're like, "Well, that just happened. Might as well keep going." So we go. We get the paintball gear. Of course, we're wearing long sleeves, right? Because we're paintballing, and Jonny wasn't trying to get, the poison ivy to spread anywhere. So he starts sweating on his arms, and it just sets off his poison ivy.
Like, it got worse throughout the day.
Oh, it looked bad. It looked bad. He was all blistery by the end of the day. He was suffering. Yeah. And then you ended up suffering later that night, didn't you?
I don't remember. I don't think I got it. I might have got a few. Well, it wasn't really bad, so thank God. But but yeah, I controlled it, which was really great.
Yeah. Jonny, on the other hand, did not control it, which sparked us to start calling him
Jonny Ivy.
Jonny Ivy.
But I don't think he hates it. I just don't think he likes it though.
I don't think he cares one way or the other. It's just one of those things.
Not anymore, anyways.
Yeah.
Jonny
Ivy.
Jonny. Walking down the aisle. I do want to plan on doing like random facts of the show.
Oh, random facts.
Yeah, random facts.
Like the almost is.
Yeah, the almost. That was going to be my first one. Is the word almost is the longest word in the English dictionary. It's in alphabetical order. Just six letters is the longest.
That's an alphabetical order. It's interesting.
Order,
That's interesting. Yeah. Don't know what I can do with that knowledge. It's very interesting. That's a fact I'm probably going to remember forever. Don't know how that's going to help me.
Or like the 2019 thing is WS, it's White Sock. Another random fact. People were talking about it, it's like, why is this like this? Like, I don't think the animators wanted to go, or the directors wanted to go full detail about that. They just want to do some random shit because they were bored as fuck.
Now,
it's like people think of things for a reason.
Now, what would be fun is if almost was the second longest word in alphabetical order, right? Because then it would be almost the longest word in alphabetical order. I think that's funny.
That would be.
That'd be great. What about backwards? Can't be one-sided. Come on.
Can't be one-sided.
Sorry.
Yeah, I guess we need to talk about that. There's cats.
Yes.
Roaming the floors in here right now. That's what keeps dragging our attention down. I know I saw Kenny earlier just like reach over, just talking to the floor.
No, they was grabbing for the cat.
Yeah. So we again we're in my dining room. So this is where I feed my cats.
Yeah.
Is right down here. Like I'm gonna get up and show you guys. Like we got all this cat food down here.
There's little tiny snacks for us, you know.
Yeah, if you guys
It's
want
not
to
even
pop a few of
cat.
these, you know. So we've got.
Hey, cutie.
Yeah, we've got these these
little
things.
Shit.
Yeah,
Shit out of you.
We've got
Be
these
careful.
things kind of roaming around down there.
It's the daddy's girl, and they got the mama's boy out there somewhere.
Oh yeah, that one's Nani. That one's my baby girl.
I like that.
Yeah, she's a
She was
sweetie.
the first bitch.
I
Here.
still remember.
Yeah.
The first pussy. Sorry. Sorry. First pussy. Second.
You got your.
Sorry. Oh, that's the first one.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate you recognizing.
Yes.
And then we got the other cat roaming around, the black cat.
Somewhere.
Yeah, that's a mama's boy,
Mm-hmm.
but he's
He's-
retarded.
He meows so girly too. Like it's a perfect fit for him and Josie.
I talk about that all the time. How when Nani meows, meow, right?
Good talk.
Yeah,
No.
that's a perfect meow for you.
Mm-hmm.
When Puka, like, dude, you are 3 times her size.
And you have balls.
Well, no. No, those
did-
got
did-
chopped off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why. Or was it before?
I don't know, because when he came to us, he was already ballless.
Man, just I don't think I can think of anybody ballless.
Doesn't Lance Armstrong only have 1 testicle?
Yeah.
Wasn't that a big thing? He had
Everyone-
testicular cancer.
Everyone was like, always like, that was like the one big talk, and then they started talking about how he used performance enhancers.
Yeah, well, wasn't he? He was blood doping.
Blood doping.
I don't think it was performance enhancing like
That's-
drugs. He was blood doping,
No,
wasn't
that's-
it? If that actually, all right, you got Puka's attention now. You're making the problem worse. We've got 2 cats.
Right there.
the big sister and the little shithead.
So Nani, do you wanna
You want to say anything?
Yeah, you want to say anything? Do you have any projects coming out you'd like to plug? What have you been working on lately?
Catching bugs.
Fascinating.
Yes.
Fascinating. You know what? No, fuck them. No, they haven't. You
They
know,
haven't?
No, all right. It's like they stop with roaches.
What?
Okay, so the other day, all right, we got the other cat trying to act like the cameraman over here. So the other day, I'm trying to figure out something to make for lunch.
He's about to eat the food.
Without having to thaw out some meat or something, just something quick. So I'm digging through the pantry to see, we got any Spam or noodles or something. What we got? And I opened up one of the pantry drawers, and Josie had some oats in the back. Well, the oats, the lid had been eaten through, and there was rat shit on the top.
That's
Oh.
Yeah, so
disgusting.
I'm like, fuck, man. So I throw it away, but then I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
Growing up, there's a guy down the street. Every weekend, we go over there and drink, whatnot, have a big party. There's a lot of people. Pretty much converted his bar or his garage into a bar.
Oh, yeah, sure.
It's really
Take it?
nice. It was really fun. 16, 17-year-old going over there, partying with the 30, 40-year-olds, keeping up with them. And he had a cat, white cat. His name Snowball. Love that cat. Reminds me of Puka, but white.
That's
Clearly.
fucking racist, but okay.
Oh shit.
But this cat, there was one night there was actually a mouse going through the kitchen, and somehow we trapped the mouse, and we're like, Snowball. And oh my gosh, she went into like wilderness mode and
Just all that
Out.
wild just came out.
and it got the mouse, and she was playing with it, putting it in his mouth and slapping it and letting it go. Just, nope. No. I loved that cat. That was, even though it was his, it was my cat. She was so sweet too.
All right, you can't tell a story about how she tortured another animal. She was the sweetest thing torturing that mouse.
At least to the humans.
To the humans.
And it wasn't a house cat. It went outside and whatnot. So I don't know where they did it. It was probably the movie The Secret Lives of Pets.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Kind of like that because the Snowball would like roam around the neighborhood, probably go in the sewers and whatnot. They had their own cat fight because she would come back, a little every once in a while, a little torn up. Near the end, her ear was like pretty much missing because
had that cauliflower ear.
Yeah, because
been boxing too many years.
That sounds like a fucking badass.
At the end, she looked terrible. I was like, no, I love you, but no. Great cat. So that's she would hunt.
This
not
one?
like this guy.
But then not this one, not Puka, but Nani when she kind of basically just showed up one day, and so I was like, okay, Jonny again. We keep talking about Jonny, and nobody knows who he is at this point.
He'll be here.
He found this kitten who was basically just shoved up underneath a car, hiding away from like birds that were trying to attack it. Just kitten, couldn't have been more than a month old. And so he calls me up and he says, hey man, so I've got this kitten. I can't take it to my house because my cat is very territorial. She'll kill him.
Sassy.
Or Sapphire. So he was like, can I bring it over to you guys' place until we figure out what to do with it? So I said, okay, that's fine. Bring her over here. Well, then Josie just fell for her right away. And so then I was like, okay, well, if we're going to have a cat in the house, then I should probably learn something about cats. So then I started watching like YouTube videos. There's even a documentary on Netflix about house cats. Then this guy, Jackson Galaxy, is like a cat expert. He's basically like the Cesar Chavez.
Of cats.
Cesar Chavez. What's his name?
Cesar Milan.
Cesar Milan.
Damn it.
But the Cesar Milan of cats. So I started watching all these, like, trying to learn about the animal, and then now I'm like, cats are fucking great. Fuck dogs. Cats is where it's at.
Cats is where it's at.
Although I brag about my dog all the time.
She's a sweetheart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's a sweetie. Another animal. She literally showed up on our back porch when she was a month or two old.
Oh wow!
Literally just showed up on our porch, and we were like, well, I can't in good conscience just
like get rid of her.
Close the door back. Yeah.
And you don't want to send her to the pound because you'll know what happens.
Especially because she's clearly some sort of pit mix.
Yeah.
So they get such a bad rap.
Exactly. So what, I couldn't in good conscience just send her away. So it turned into those things. Well, we'll just take her in. And she was sick. We'll take her in. We'll get her taken care of. Find her a good home. Well, in the time of getting her healed up, getting rid of her cold, getting rid of her worms, getting rid of like all the problems that she had from living God knows how long just in the neighborhood, I ended up like falling for that dog. So I was like, the dog's staying.
I had a dog, Beagle, and for Beagles, parvo was a huge deal. It's kind of like their cancer in a way, or a big disease that they have. My dog Zeus had parvo. He survived that shit. He was the name Zeus, a god. He kind of was a god because of the parvo's survival. One winter I was in high school. Our neighbors had a pit and chow dog, and some fucking beast, like not beast as in beast mode, whatever.
Beast mode.
But beast as in like they're terrible. Like they would tear up their wooden fence, get out constantly and terrify the kids. Like there was a kid down the street that actually had to jump in a tree because their dogs was attacking them.
How did he jump in a tree? That's fucking talented.
No, the kid, not the dog.
No. I'm just, I as a kid, I would climb the tree, but if this kid is jumping in the fucking tree.
See, this is what I'm talking about, the logic of everything. But, right?
Keep going.
But, I was at school. My brother was still at home working and whatnot, and he was sleeping one day, and my mom goes out to go smoke or Zeus didn't come in. It's cold, it's kind of snowy or icy on the ground, and she opens this door and Richard, get out here! They're attacking him or something like that, and like he's pretty much in his boxers running out in 30-degree weather because the pit and the chow were at his neck and at one of his thighs.
Oh shit!
Whenever I got home, whenever I got out of school, my brother picked me up. I was like, why is he picking me up? So, because eventually I figured out, and we went to the vet, which was right down the road. He had tubes.
Whoa.
Yeah, in his neck and his hind leg. Eventually, he got better. But, just surviving a pit attack and a chow. That chow actually, the one, we actually got it euthanized after we got back from camping one day. Because it came back into our backyard. And my mom had a rabbit. It was caged up. Tore a hole in the chicken wire.
Dug right through it.
We told Mom, stay in the front. You don't want to come back here because
it was a mess. I'm sure.
Yeah, it was a little mess. We saw it on the ground, and my mom went over there because we have evidence because the fur was on the chicken wire. It's like my mom went over there to our neighbors, like, your dog killed my rabbit. No, it's been chained up all week. My mom's like, then how did I get this? It was a piece of hair. And then we called the animal shelter, called the cops. And
see, that's sad, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's sad.
But my thinking, it fucking deserved it.
Well, honestly, the owners deserved it.
Yeah.
That dog was just acting however it was programmed to act. But,
these owners, no. Every time I go visit my parents, they always have new dogs. Every time they, one pass, they get new dogs.
See,
dog.
that's the problem. Don't put down the dog at this point. You need to put down the owners. Like,
well, they're
Christ.
not putting down every dog. It's just like they run away or they die of old age.
Well, yeah, but obviously these people don't need to have animals.
Right. But on the weekends, they have a little cage. It's a fairly big cage, probably about the size of this table, and they have smaller dogs, like lap dogs, what we call it. And they're just out there all day in the little cage, just barking and yapping. Every time I come over, you can, whenever in high school or whenever I was still living with my parents, you can shut the front door. It doesn't matter how loud it was. It pissed me off. Just because they don't take care of their fucking dogs.
See, that's the thing. When people complain about how annoying dogs are, it's like, okay, well, they're only annoying because they're being neglected. Why don't you pay attention to your animal, take care of it, or put it somewhere where it can be taken care of?
So like my cousin's friends.
Don't just get annoyed with it. Like, oh, it never shuts the fuck up, so I'm just gonna
Shut
chain
up!
it. Yeah, just chain it in the yard because never. Well, it won't shut the fuck up because you're chaining it in the goddamn yard.
Yes.
No, but yeah, it's like that. Like my cousin's friend was like that, and like they had to like call. It's like this is down in South Texas, or not South Texas, East Texas. Sorry, in the country.
Southeast.
It's far away from here. No,
Basically, South or East Texas, you're basically saying boonies.
boonies.
Man.
Well, South Texas is more along the lines of going towards Mexico. So,
Well, how do you say boonies in Mexican?
No, I'm not.
Boonies, man.
Boonies.
That is.
So yeah, basically,
Why does it always have to end, man?
man, the boonies of Texas basically is practically East Texas. Nothing against them or whatever. But yeah, back to the point. Like back to what you were saying. Like they would like chain up their dog. He had a big dog, and they would fucking chain him, like put in a cage, and like it's like, dude, like I barely know you, but like you need to keep like fucking take care of your dog. It's like, why are you telling me what to do? I don't even fucking know you. It's like, I'm telling you what to do. Cause
Why does he sound like Cartman?
I don't everybody sound like that's just how.
Can't fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Why you telling me how to take care of my dog, man?
I do what I want.
He's like, I do what I want.
Respect my authority.
like,
No, it's
damn,
like,
okay,
don't
so
tell me how to fucking take care of my dog, man. It's like, dude, I'm just trying to, like, I know, like, I barely know him, but, like, I'm just trying to help, like, you out, because you're gonna end up, like, having your dog put down or taken away by fucking animal control. And like, sure enough, like, it fucking happened. They didn't like use him as a dog, but they took him away.
Took the dog, yeah. Some people, man, like the fact that you can just go and get an animal is insane.
You want a drink?
Yeah, here you go, man. Get in.
You're old enough, right?
Yeah, get in this shit. Go
He's
ahead,
like, fuck you.
pussy. So, you guys want to for this last segment, you guys want to dig into one of these games just to see how that plays out, just to see how that kind of translates.
Certainly. So we got. That's it.
Yeah, we got. That's it. We got.
With an exclamation point. So it's
that's it.
That's it.
It seems like you should be doing the.
Let's leave this to Final Destination fate.
Not the.
Did we decide what each
Heads.
side of the coin was?
Okay.
He just flipped it. It's heads, guys. I don't know.
Okay.
That's a fun game. what is it going to be?
Let's do that for the next hour.
Heads is in a pickle. Tails is that's
Okay.
it. Okay, I messed
That
up.
was so strange. Why are you making it so complicated?
There we go.
Yeah.
Dang, I didn't even have to look, and I caught that. It's heads
So
in a pickle.
In a pickle.
Remember what
See-
they used to do? Where they used to spin the penny.
I used to try and just like. Oh,
Yeah.
almost had it.
then you get it and then you
And
flick
spin
it
it
again.
again.
And then
So what we got? We got in a pickle.
in a pickle.
So we're basically kind of guessing at the rules. We got a gist of what it is, right?
So there's baby, bathtub, house, Hollywood. So sounds like the smallest objects to the biggest object.
Okay, baby fits in a bathtub above water. Hopefully.
Well, they do.
Well,
they can't float.
I guess either way, a dead baby or a live baby, they both fit in a bathtub the same way.
It doesn't describe dead or alive.
Okay. So, baby in a bathtub, bathtub in a house, the house in Hollywood.
But
So,
is there like a toaster in the bathtub or?
well, I feel like if it's a baby in a bathtub in Hollywood, wouldn't that baby be dead?
Probably, because all the parents are getting life.
So I guess we'll take turns just laying down a card and seeing just, you know, that's close enough. So, Sean, you want to start it out? You want to lay us one down?
I got two good ones, but because they correlate with each other. But egg.
Egg.
Let's go with
Okay.
egg.
All right. So we'll go counter, I guess. So,
But define egg. Is it like a woman's egg or is it
see, that's the
a
thing.
chicken's
Ooh.
egg? A dinosaur egg?
Well, then
No,
here, let me
fucking
throw this for a loop. Then, an egg is bigger than a pill.
So, yes. You meant a pill is bigger than an egg.
Is that where we're going? Bigger?
Yeah, we gotta go bigger.
Okay, so a pill
Pill
is bigger than a female's womanly.
Things
A
you like to
salmon
fertilize.
And let's see. In a nutshell, bigger than a pill.
That's very. I feel. Like,
But what
alright.
nutshell?
I'm not gonna lie. I was totally looking at your hand just then, and I saw a nutshell. Put it down. You already played it. What is that
Your
shit?
hands are- your
Pull-
hands are off.
Pull your hand away. What, you fucking cheater. And I feel like nutshell could be bigger than anything.
That can be the same size. Let's.
Those
girl.
amount.
A girl.
A girl.
Bigger than a nutshell.
Are we going off of how they feel about themselves? So you know what's bigger than a girl?
Her ego.
Life. Life.
Ooh,
Oh.
Well, is it though? Because you can't have life without.
being a girl. No, you.
I don't mean to talk down my own.
I might have a card that might trump that.
Mm,
That depends on if you can, Kenny.
box? Depends on, like, it could be a big box.
If you're living your
The
life inside a
universe.
box.
Remember, what was it, Futurama? They had
Yeah,
a-
where the episode where he made the box that had all the
The
universes.
university.
Yeah.
It could be the universe box. It could be living in an actual box.
Sounds like a song. Living in
You know,
an actual
box.
box.
We
No,
could
I'm
have sung
saying it
this.
sounds like a song, not that it's a real song.
It sounds like a song.
That just sounds like a terrible B-side to a Peter Gabriel album.
One side is Sledgehammer, the other side is the
B-side to Sledgehammer.
See, okay, now thinking about this, a girl and life. I mean, that could be the exact same size, too, because
And then your life could
it's
be
her
in
life.
And then her life could be in the
Yeah,
box.
that's true. That's true.
But it's still kind of, I would say it still is bigger than a girl. Because you...
It just depends on which way you spin it, man. But I'm spinning it that life, man. Life, the universe, everything. And you know what? We've already got a card after life, so that shit's locked in. Life is bigger than women.
Yeah. I mean, and physically, too. I mean, they gotta have life to, you know...
To give life.
Yeah, to give
Sure.
life. Yeah,
that totally makes
you gotta give them
sense.
life so they can produce life. I mean, if they're dead, then that's a little creepy.
That dead girl just spit out a baby.
I'm gonna stop drinking now.
That's the day I gave up Coke.
My card, soul,
Oof.
is bigger than a box, and it's that.
Here we'll start a new seg right there. All right, we'll go one more round. See if I can see if I can top that. Let's see. All right, I'm just gonna grab one and lay it down and try and come up with a reason why. A shopping cart. So a soul is smaller than a shopping cart.
Oof.
Now, I guess if we weren't going off of spelling, then I could say, well, if you're buying shoes.
Your internet's shopping cart.
Thank you, Nani. Nani was saying, what if you fit a person in a shopping cart and that person has a soul?
True.
So therefore, a shopping cart can fit a soul.
Maybe soul could be soul music, and that's spread throughout.
Ooh, if you threw down a soul music a CD into your cart, like this was shopping in 2001.
2001.
When people still bought CDs. What a girl needs, whatever makes you happy and sets you free.
Oh,
shut up, no.
Poison.
Ooh.
Why is poison bigger than a shopping cart?
Well, it depends on how big, what type of poison you use, and how you spread it.
Let's talk about it, man. What do you
poison? Like it could be man-made. It could be a plague.
Well, see, you're just listing out possibilities, man. Defend your answer. What kind of poison is it?
This poison would be spread in spread to the air.
Damn, airborne.
Airborne.
Terrorist over here. All right, fair enough. All right, what you got then? An airborne poison?
Well, it depends on what region of the world it's spreading to.
Exactly. It could be a small state. It could
I feel like no matter what region we're spreading this poison in, it's still a larger area than a shopping cart.
Yeah. So, yeah, I got nothing.
Well then, all right, Sean's out. Kenny, I think you just won.
Shit.
The biggest thing that I had was a fucking kangaroo.
A fucking kangaroo.
Biggest thing I had. Oh, depends on two big things: a moose and a desk. Depends on what size.
I had mouth. Let's before we finish up, let's talk about how we had to ask the girls to keep it down because they're I'm sure it's in there, but they're all over there right now waiting on us.
They're in the kitchen cooking.
Yeah, well, actually, I think they're eating already. Yeah,
like they should be. Just a joke.
All right. Well, I mean, I think that was a pretty good tester. Kind of got a feel for what this thing is. I mean, not necessarily.
First special guest.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
Kenny, thanks for being our first special guest.
Damn.
Oh, I'm kidding, man. This seems like this could be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
You know, especially once we get Johnny back in here, we'll have to figure out how to arrange, because we need to have a guest chair.
Yeah.
We need to have a guest chair, so when Kenny comes back, when David comes in, whatever's going to happen.
Lawrence,
oh, that'd be great. Get Lawrence on the show.
Oh yeah.
Eventually, man, maybe bring a wife or two in at a time.
Silas, we gotta have Silas.
Gotta bring Silas in. That would be Johnny and Marty's baby.
Yeah.
So they were the first couple to get married. Mm-hmm. They're the first couple to have a kid.
Mm-hmm. I'm having baby fever.
You got baby fever. I'm pretty sure you're gonna end up pregnant before me and Josie.
I do want a kid. I want at least 3.
Oh wow, you want a family?
No, it's because the name has been going on for so long. I mean, our name can date back to like the 1500s.
Wow.
Shit.
Yeah, from Germany, and
You should do a 23andMe, man. Like, Jonny just did one of those.
I did the Ancestry, but I want to do a 23andMe just to see how well they compare.
Oh, sure.
Because it's just I said this, I know this for fact, but is it really
to see it side by side from two different sources? Yeah, I'd be the same way. Yeah.
But yeah, and one of my second cousins, she's been doing a lot of family history, and just got to keep up the name. There's 4. Yeah, there's 4 of my last name going on right now from my side of family, because whenever the first person that came in, it spread it all around. It's kind of like Anderson, it's kind of like that situation. But as of with my side, my timeline, there's only 4. But really, it's just me, and I want to keep the name going.
Sure. Well, I mean, especially like if you've known that your name goes back, like, what'd you say, 1500s?
1500s.
That's impressive, man. That's really
and
cool.
probably beyond.
A few years back when I had a family reunion, like the first one I've ever been to on my dad's side, because I always go to my mom's family reunions, the Loomis side. That's another thing that's found out. When I was little, that's a Scottish thing. Back to the point of Eskimo is found out like there's like spread out like fucking crazy, dude. There's like a whole Facebook page of like just Eskimos left and right. Just
the
like,
Eskimo Facebook group.
Yes,
exactly. Need to get in that.
Oh yeah, no.
How do you get into that?
Yeah.
What do I need to do to? What do I need to do?
So one of my deals is I think it'd be neat because I met a person who was the 6th.
Damn.
Yeah, the 6th, and I was like, man, that would be crazy.
Impressive or unoriginal?
But the 6th, I'm like, man, that's I forget what his name was, but that was impressive. I've never seen the 6th.
Right. The 3rd.
The 3rd. Yes. 3rd. Every rare occasion, the 4th, but the 3rd. I was like, it'd be great if I can have like the 10th or the 22nd of my name.
So you want to start that? Is that
I kind of do, but my wife, she doesn't like
it.
Yeah, she's like, I don't like the I just don't like it. Yeah. I'm like, all right. And then a few weeks back, I was like, oh, I gotta wait around this. First name, Sean, Scottish way. Let's do Sean, but the Shawn. And my middle name, Michael, is my mom forgot how it was spelled. And it's EAL instead of AEL. For first name, with my first son, he'd still be Shawn Michael, but spelled
Sean alternatively, and then Michael correctly.
Yes. Let's do that.
I like that. That's cool. Yeah, let's try and slip that one by. Well, honestly, man, all you have to do is she's gonna be in the hospital bed, right? Baby, you don't worry, you rest.
Yeah,
I'm just
a little bit more.
let me just turn on this drip a little bit. I'm gonna just skip on down to the nurse's station, just handle whatever paperwork they got. I don't know. Just you rest. You rest
about it.
I'll worry about that. It's gonna be a great name.
But that's how you come back with a kid named like Celery Armstick.
Celery Armstick.
Or what was it? Jet Pilot.
Jet Pilot.
Oh my god.
Or Jack-o'-lantern. I can't think of his last fucking name right now from Parks and Rec.
I don't remember.
Jack-o'-lantern Dwyer or whatever. Like, he has like all these things. Like, we'll call him Jack for short. And it's like, no. It's funny, but like, no, that's just too much.
But yeah, that's all you gotta do. Just sneak down there. You name
I think
whatever
my
you
favorite
want.
part of that episode, she was like,
Is this
Halloween
really cool
makeup
for
the whole fucking time.
It's a good show.
I love that show. And it's like, you don't want to take off your makeup? It's like, no, I put on this makeup just for this purpose. It's like Jack-o'-lantern, T-Rex, all this extra shit, because it's Andy Dwyer, of course, and everything's gotta be fucking weird.
I think we got a good idea rummaging around here. We got to flesh it out a little bit more.
Of course.
But I think this was an excellent dry run.
Yeah. Go as it is. We're married men.
We're married. We're the married men. And actually, then there goes the camera for the last time. So we'll probably just leave it off at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I even thought maybe we could film like an intro.
A little selfies. Hey guys, this
just
is
something stupid. Yeah, I think that'd be fun. But all right, man, this was fun. I don't know about you guys, but I'm hungry.
Me too.
Yes.
Do you guys want to get some food?
Oh yes.
All right, well let's call this a night and
let's Instead of have a great day, have a day.
Have a day.
Just have a day.
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 It could
With
be a
that-
good day. It could be a bad day. You do you.
We're the three merry men. And Kenny.
Yeah.
Kenny has to meet it, man. Well, Kenny, thanks for joining us today.
Of
Thanks,
course.
Yeah, thanks for helping us.
I don't know
You know,
what
you
handshake
kind of
is.
swooped in at the last minute there.
Yeah.
Second.
Yeah, so
Kinda
appreciate
helped us
it.
out,
And
too.
Sean,
Yeah, I just got
great to see you, man.
Yeah.
back
Um,
from one of those little dating show things. Deep Ellum. It's like the Deep Ellum dating game.
But yeah, Sean, great to see you.
Always. Great
And
seeing
until next
everybody.
time,
Yes.
we're out.
We're out.
Have a day.
Have a
Yeah,
day.
Have a day.
Stop.